League of Legends is one of the most popular games in the world. But despite how many people play it, there are a lot of interesting facts and behind-the-scenes details that even some of the biggest fans might not know. Let's dive into some mind-blowing things about League of Legends that make this game so much more than just a MOBA. First off, let's talk about the origins of the game. League of Legends was created by a team of passionate gamers who originally worked on mods for other games. They were part of the group that created the popular Warcraft 3 mod, Defense of the Ancients, better known as Dota. Two of those modders, Brandon Beck and Mark Merrill, wanted to take the core concept of Dota and make it into a standalone game. That's when they founded Riot Games and started developing League of Legends. So if you're ever wondering why League and Dota feel so similar, it's because they literally came from the same roots. But did you know that the development of League was incredibly risky? When Riot first started, they were offering the game as a free-to-play title, which at the time was a very unusual business model. Many investors and game developers believed free-to-play games couldn't be successful. Most games at the time were sold for a one-time purchase, and the idea of offering a high-quality game for free seemed like a recipe for failure. Riot Games proved everyone wrong. By focusing on cosmetics and microtransactions for champion skins, they found a way to not only keep the game profitable, but also constantly updated with fresh content. Speaking of champions, there are currently over 160 playable champions in League of Legends, and each one has its own unique lore. Some of these characters have stories that are tied deeply into the game's universe, Runeterra. And what's even more interesting is that Riot has hinted at the possibility of expanding this universe in huge ways. In fact, Riot Games already started exploring that with their animated show, Arcane, which delves into the backstory of some of League's most iconic champions, like Jinx, Vi, and Caitlyn. The success of Arcane was massive, showing that League's lore isn't just a backdrop for the gameplay, but a rich world ripe for storytelling. Another cool fact about League's champions is that their abilities are often inspired by real-world mythology, pop culture, and history. Take Wukong, for example, who is directly inspired by Sun Wukong, the Monkey King from Chinese mythology, or Aatrox, whose lore and design are heavily influenced by fallen angels and demonic entities from various mythologies. Riot often drops Easter eggs in champions' voice lines, skins, and designs that reference everything from anime to ancient legends. If you pay close attention, you'll notice that League is full of these hidden references. But the game's lore isn't just limited to the champions themselves. Runeterra, the world of League of Legends, is divided into several regions, each with its own distinct culture, politics, and conflicts. For example, Piltover is a steampunk-inspired city known for its technological advancements, while Ionia is a land steeped in magic and spirituality. These regions not only serve as the backdrop for the champion's stories, but also influence the game in subtle ways, like in the design of certain skins or special events. Riot has even released a tabletop RPG set in Runeterra, allowing players to explore the world beyond the rift. Now, while we're talking about champions, we have to mention Teemo. He may look cute and harmless, but he's arguably the most hated champion in League of Legends. Why? Well, Teemo has the ability to place invisible mushroom traps all over the map, which explode when enemies walk over them, dealing damage over time. This ability, combined with his high mobility and stealth tactics, makes him one of the most annoying champions to play against. But here's the crazy part. Despite all the hate Teemo gets, he's one of the most popular champions in League. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Teemo has left a permanent mark on the game. Another interesting aspect of League of Legends is the game's ongoing evolution. Riot is constantly updating and rebalancing the game to keep it fresh and competitive. But did you know that the game we play today is almost unrecognizable compared to the original version? When League first launched, the map, known as Summoner's Rift, was very different. Over the years, Riot has made countless changes to the layout of the map, added new features like the jungle camps, and introduced objectives like the elemental dragons. Each of these updates is carefully designed to keep the game balanced while also encouraging new strategies and playstyles. One of the most mind-blowing things about League is how deep its competitive scene runs. League of Legends has one of the biggest and most prestigious esports scenes in the world. The annual World Championship, or Worlds, is viewed by millions of people worldwide, and the prize pool can reach over $2 million. But the real story behind the competitive scene is how it's grown over time. When Riot held the first ever World Championship in 2011, it was a small event held at DreamHack in Sweden, with a prize pool of just $100,000. Fast forward to today, and Worlds has become a massive international spectacle, complete with elaborate opening ceremonies and performances. It's incredible to see how far the game has come in terms of its esports presence. And let's not forget about the insane skill level of pro players. Some of the best players in the world, like Faker, have achieved near-legendary status within the community. Faker, often referred to as the unkillable Demon King, is widely considered the best League player of all time. His mechanical skill, game knowledge, and ability to make clutch plays under pressure are unmatched. Watching Faker play is like watching an artist paint a masterpiece. Every move is calculated, and every decision is precise. Finally, one of the most fascinating things about League is how it connects people from all over the world. Whether you're playing solo queue or watching Worlds, you're part of a global community of players who all share a love for this game. And that community is always growing. League of Legends is translated into 19 languages and played in over 145 countries, making it one of the most accessible games on the planet. It doesn't matter where you're from or what language you speak. When you're on Summoner's Rift, you're all playing the same game. So there you have it, some of the most interesting and mind-blowing facts about League of Legends. It's a game with a rich history, an ever-evolving competitive scene, and a universe full of deep lore and stories. Whether you're a new player or a veteran, there's always something new to discover in League of Legends. Please comment what you thought was interesting and like and subscribe for more content.